What's up, guys? Welcome back to WCS America. Of course, we just got finished watching Game 3 between Mario and Nony, and we have some developments for you. If you remember, we were approaching about the 20-minute mark of the game. Mario was in the top left-hand location. Nony just kind of steamrolled him. We felt like something was wrong, and then Mario came and typed in the chat, "Hey, my keyboard broke. What's going to happen?" So we had a quick pause to try to figure things out, and there's no rules in place in the MLG rules for resume from replay. So we gave Nony the option to either take the victory or actually resume from where we left off there, from whenever we paused. So that was one option for Nony, essentially taking the victory. I think it was a pretty clear victory. Or have the option of returning back to a time selected by the players and resume from there. And Nony has decided to go back and resume from before that engagement in the top left-hand location has happened. So right now we're in the process of recovering the game, and also to note, when we were actually recovering the game, it gives you timestamps on when you should resume, and it explains, you know, the general reason why they would pick that. There was actually a time marker at 1939, and next to the time marker it said possible input failure from Mario. So the game was able to actually detect that there was, in fact, equipment failure. So that being said, I think we're back into the game, and we're going to ask these players if they're ready. But I hope that I explained that properly, and hopefully everything is very clear.
All right.
We are going to be resuming from 19 minutes and 30 seconds because Nony said that's what he would like to do. So here we are. So we still have that army in the top left-hand location. This time, looks like keyboards are working. We have a scan going down here from Mario, trying to find out where Nony is. Nony sneaking up in that direction. We have, I think he had an observer earlier, and there it is.
And this time we can see Mario, his units, before half his units were in the front, they all died, the other half were in the back, it was all in siege. It was obvious there was something wrong. So now we're where the game would have originally been at.
Yes.
This situation. Mario was up a base because he killed this corner base from Nony.
Yes.
And he has a little bit better bank, but Nony's got significantly better upgrades on his units, and his composition, I think, is a slight advantage because this army in the top left, there's no ghosts in, right? It's just tanks and Hellbats. It's a very kind of cheap army. It's very Hellbat heavy against an army that has a lot of Immortals, Archons, and Colossi.
All right, we have a medevac drop heading into the third base of Nony with 4 Hellbats inside, trying to take care of those probes. They're going to run as fast as possible. Meanwhile, we have a Zealot counterattack into that third base. Also, Zealots running into the fourth of Mario. Meanwhile, some Vikings trying to take out some of these Colossi. We have a Thor there as well, trying to help things out, but there's action all across this map. Keep in mind, the majority of Mario's army is still in that top left-hand location, and Nony truly going after that additional economy of Mario at this point.
He really is. Nony now has a significant supply of all the SCVs he killed. He killed a lot of Vikings, too. I think it might have been a mistake by Mario to try to fight there with the Vikings. Did get a few of the Colossi, but he lost so many Vikings. Now Mario's on the move, but there's no Vikings in this competition.
He has to make something happen.
He's on siege. The Archons and the Immortals are there. Nony's in hot
He's like,
pursuit.
never mind, I'm back out of here. He's going to try to siege up on the high ground. Is it too late? The Immortals trying to get the front, but the tanks starting to get those volleys off. Colossi do damage from the back. This is exactly a position that, you know, Mario would want his opponent to be, but there's a blink into the high ground. Mario slowly getting lower and lower in supply. Still plenty of Immortals alive, and Nony able to clean up that army. It seems like deja vu. Nony now up 173 to 111 in supply, and behind all of this has been sending Zealots to his opponent's third, to his opponent's fourth. Nony in a commanding position.
Great control by Nony. A few minutes ago, Mario had a 5,000 mineral bank. That's all been spent, perhaps in queued up units, perhaps in all those command centers at the top. They actually just loaded up SCVs to help them escape. Now Mario's down to 3 bases. Nony's taking a 4th at the bottom of the map. He's looking to close this out, but this is a lot. They're not even orbitals. They're all just command centers.
Yeah, they're gonna get out of there.
Yeah.
But this is a ferocious army from Nony. He is essentially maxed 198 in that supply count. Mario's 130. He's going to try to make this work, sieging up those tanks behind those command centers, but I think Nony might have enough to just power through with this ridiculous composition of Chargelots, Stalkers, Immortals, Archons, and Colossi. And Mario looks like he has no answer. There's the GG, well played, and the good luck in tourney. Nony will take game number 3, and he will advance on to the next round of this WCS America qualifier. He stays alive in this tournament.
He does. Really, really well played by Nony there. He lured his opponent out, and then when Mario got out of position, he really jumped on his army, and the tanks weren't even sieged up until the Archons were already closed. So really, really well played by Nony. It was a really nice gesture of him to allow that recover game, do the input failure, instead of just proceeding from there with his advantage. That's going to wrap up that series. Nony advances over Mario. I do believe there's a...
Let's just go to my screen.
Yeah.
Because... I don't like downtime, so let's just come over here to the game I'm in. While that was going on, I've been watching in the corner of my eye. I've been joining the games of Zenio versus Center. This is Center from I think he's in Quantic now. Is that? I hope that's I think that's accurate. But currently this series is tied 1-1. So the winner of this game, and actually Game 2 was ridiculously epic, the winner of this game will advance on to the next round. In the top left-hand location, we have the Red Zerg player from Team Liquid. He is Zenio. We saw him 2-0 Greetorp yesterday. I think that was the only game we saw from him. His opponent in the bottom right-hand location, it is the blue Terran player, Center, from Team Quantic Gaming. TVZ, and again, the winner of this will advance to the next round, so another situation where the winner stays alive and the loser is out of the tournament. And to kind of explain what I was seeing in the corner of my eye based on the first 2 games, Center took the first game. It was relatively convincing. Hellions weren't involved. Again, I was focusing on other games, so I don't know all the specifics, but Game 2 was actually approaching a 40-minute ordeal. Ravens were involved. We had bases lost, we had base trades, but Zenio able to eventually take game number 2. So these guys have been playing for quite a while. Again, they started probably around the Game 2 area of when Nony, excuse me, and his opponent Mario were going on. So a very important game here between Zenio and Center.
Indeed, and in fact, the winner of this will end up against the winner of Kawaii Rice and Jadong, which is going to be another amazing match. That's a very... I'm actually almost all the brackets are stacked here. It's like,
we're getting to that point where it's just like only amazing players are left.
Yeah, I mean, Nony will match up against Mia pretty soon. Actually, no, he'll match up against Cal. Actually, I don't know how the practicing works. There's too many players still in it. We'll get some more updates for you guys pretty soon. But 1-1. Center, everyone knows the Zenio from Liquid, right? Mm-hmm. Center, a little bit less known. But he's very, very, very good Korean Terran.
Yes. To get this far in this tournament, I think is... Oh, yeah. Is already going to be representative of that fact, and
to be 1-1 with Zenio.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is set up to be a great game. Obviously, both of these guys know how important this game is. So definitely not going to be holding anything back. And again, the map is going to be Belshir Vestige, and we're seeing very macro-oriented openings from both of these guys. 3 command centers already on the field here for Center and Zenio, with already 3 hatcheries. So it's not like we're seeing any early 1-base, 2-base play. Both completely content going up to 3 bases, really focusing on that economy, on that macro, extending this to the mid-game.
It definitely looks to be going that way. Zenio with double spine cores, so when he's taking that 3 bases, he knows he's a little more spread out, wants to be sure that every single one of his bases is safe from the Hellion play. And of course that's because he's not getting the roaches. A lot of Zerg players have been using roaches to really beat back the Hellions in Heart of the Swarm, because the roaches get a little more value as the game goes on than they used to. Because in Wing Delivery, they weren't as useful in the mid-game competitions. In Heart of the Swarm, they're a little bit more resilient to the Widow Mines than Banelings and Speedlings are. So a lot of Zergs say, you know what, I might have some roaches later on anyway, want to get a few early to stop the Hellions. But Zenio say, nope, just use Spine Crawlers, Speedlings, so he can really, really focus on drones, not having to worry about that Roach Swarm, which of course is basically 4 less drones as soon as you build that.
And of course, roaches cost that gas, and if you're trying to mine more gas and spend that gas on roaches instead of proceeding tech or upgrades, obviously that's not going to be the most efficient way you can do it. So really cool play here from Zenio so far. Meanwhile, Center again, he's on 3 command centers. There's 2 engineering bays being added on, starting up the stim upgrade as well, sending some Hellions across the map. He has 4 in total being headed to this 3rd base. Drones are going to be a little bit vulnerable here, but the drone's just going to juke around that spine crawler, using that as a shield to stay away from those Hellions. And Center is going to back away. Looking at workers killed, we've got 3-2, nothing too crazy going on there. Income is 48-39, so nothing too crazy as far as differences are concerned, but it definitely looks like a bio composition on the way here from our Terran player, while our Zerg player looking like he wants to go for heavy Zergling mainly at this point.
It definitely does. One thing that's really interesting, their upgrades are pretty much exactly timed out perfectly alongside each other, which isn't something that happens too often, but you can tell how evenly matched these guys are, and both the focus of their builds. They both did faster bases, and then straight to the upgrades, delaying their tech a little bit. We see the starports halfway done, the layers just started, so neither player really trying to get the tech units so fast, but really just wanting to get a great economy, and then also get those upgrades so their army will be very strong as the game progresses to the mid and late stages.
Zerglin going to be hanging out at third base, watching out for potential orbital being dropped down there, but he's not quite in position to block that, so we have to see if he tries to move that over just to delay that an extra second. Of course, a Marine or a Hellion will just go over there and clear it out anyway, but we got some Widow Mines being mixed in here by our Blue Terran player center. Going to be sending those to the top of the map. We'll have to see what he does with those. Might try to position them perhaps outside of this mineral line. But definitely going to try to do a little bit of aggression. Command center is going to drop down, and Zerglin going to start attacking at it, but that's not going to die anytime soon. And Zenio is going to be trying to extend that creep center. I guess not going to go in. Just going to create some perimeter with those Widow Mines.
Yeah. You know, just scouting information. You can tell if Zenio's going to launch a significant invasion heading his way or something like that. I have a quick update for you guys. So Sasquatch and Hart have both won their losers round 8 matches.
Oh.
So they're both going to be in losers round 9. Of course, Hart from Axiom, a really top Korean player.
Yeah.
As well as Sasquatch, one of the better players from Complexity.
Definitely keep an eye on that. I'm going to try to bring you as many games as possible. Zenio trying to make a line of creeps there, but that's not going to end up happening as the Queen is going to be taken out. Also, will be... Oh, well, the Queen gets away. However, scan going down, so a lot of this creep going to get taken out. And Zenio's going to have enough units to defend against any sort of push that's going to happen right now. But, again, center just trying to get map control at this point.
Definitely looking that way. Overlord speed coming in from Zenio. But, you know, I don't think he's going to use any drop play. Could be just to help him, maybe help his Overseers against Widow Mines. I think that's the idea, is that you can run the Overseers away from the bio a little bit faster, get them where they need to be a little bit faster. It's an upgrade that we almost never saw people really using too much in Wings of Liberty, but Heart of the Storm, so you've seen a lot more use, both sometimes against Protoss really early on for scouting, and against Terran. The Overseer speed is more important now that Widow Mines are such a big factor. Oh, Viking escorting the dropship, making sure that any overlords that spot it will pay with their lives, and the dropship's going into the main. There's nothing there to defend. The Spire is spotted as well.
Widow Mine is going to be secured there as well. The Marine's going to start chasing down these drones. Lings need to get involved and start attacking.
They're scared of it. They hesitated. They
finally
didn't want to fight.
Turning around and doing that, but just going to pick up those Marines. However, we got this Widow Mine.
Oh, and that's when you...
the drones are clumped up. Wow, great hit for the Widow Mine.
How many kills did it?
6 kills on that Widow Mine.
And, you know, that worked because that's not a Widow Mine as Zerg noticed, because they saw the Marines, they ran
That's
for the
exactly
Marines.
what the Widow Mine was there.
Yeah.
He was expecting his opponent to right-click on the minerals, which means they're going to be clumped up, which means that Widow Mine can get a lot of kills.
A really, really clever ploy there by Center, taking a nice little small victory. I mean, 6 drones at this point in the game isn't going to, you know, make or break the entire game, but every small victory is nice.
All right, we got Drilling Claws being updated here. From Center realizes the importance of Widow Mines as the game goes along. It should be interesting to see how he exactly utilizes those as the game goes along. Nice detonation
that was a big explosion
onto those Lings. We have a quick pause. Hopefully no one's keyboard broke.
No, doesn't. Well, he couldn't type PP if his keyboard broke.
That's a good point.
That's the good news.
That's a good point.
So there's no broken keyboard. Oh no, he could bring up those virtual keyboards sometimes. With
and
the
you
mice.
can like click.
Yeah.
Don't you have to like alt tab to get to that?
Yeah.
So
you're right.
Keyboard,
Yeah, he'd be in trouble. Some Korean text there as well. Unsure what's actually going on. Asking a question in Korean, unfortunately.
I don't know what it says. I wish Total Biscuit was here.
Yeah, he could translate for us.
Translate it.
Or Violet. Paul.
Looks like they're getting ready to go. There we go. The game is starting back up.
Whatever happened, it's resolved now. Zeno says go in caps. Center says go in lowercase.
Yeah, we got a drop in the main base of Zeno, which might explain his cap, since he's all across the keyboard trying to deal with this multi-pronged harassment from Center. A lot of drones going down, a Queen getting taken out as well.
Massive Zerg convergence.
Are the Widow Mines here to defend? I see a few. Let's see how much damage these Lings, Banelings, and Mutants can do. Xenia trying to break his opponent. Decent split up here from Center, trying to retreat away from those Banelings, trying to let those Widow Mines do their damage, but Xenia has an overseer here.
Oh, the Mutas. The Mutas all got mad, or not all, but a portion of them stayed behind to try to buy time against the Marines. The Mutas do not want to fight Marines.
No.
Xenio's forced to retreat.
That was a great defense from center. I think
Yeah.
that went exactly how he wanted it to go.
And now he's got a commanding lead. You know, the timing was great by Xeno. He was 2-2 right before Center's 2-2 finished. You know, he had a small upgrade window there, and he tried to seize it, but Center's control was just too good, cutting to buy away from the Widow Mines, and now Center's ahead in supply. Xeno's got to find a way to hold that fourth base on the right side of the map. If he can do that, he can get back in the game. But he's also got to watch for drops on the left side of the map. So Center's going to be working both sides. It's going to be very difficult for Xeno to keep up.
Yeah, drop heading up to that main base location. Once again, this is a location that Center has been going after. And all game long, Xeno going to be backing up some units to deal with that. Meanwhile, we see Center pushing a force across the map. And these units are still very much alive. The Lings finally swooping in here to take care of that. The Mutas should be able to kill that medevac unless it decides to ignite those after. No, it is going to fall. But Center in a great position, but Xeno able to secure this location at the middle right. However, I want to see how many drones he's lost. 24 workers killed.
A lot
there.
of drones have been died. One thing is he's been able to replace them though. And he has
Yeah.
the fourth base. He's upgrading the Enduring Locust upgrade, which is really interesting because Swarm hosts are getting more and more common in Zerg vs. Tyrion as a way to deactivate Widow Mines, but often it's just a couple Swarm hosts. The Enduring Locust means you want to get a few more.
A lot of them.
Yeah, and look at that. I think it's 8 in production. That's a sizable count. We're really going to use them to supplement his damage output.
Yeah, we got another drop at Xeno's main base. Over and over against Center, just trying to abuse this location. One Queen is not going to be enough to deal with that. The Lings and Muta's going to try to retreat back here to deal with this medevac.
Oh.
Picking up the units, going straight to the
units went
natural.
right past it. The Lings and Mutas like forgot about it. But the medevac, it's actually just not even a drop. It's going to keep flying to the corner because there's action going on in the center.
Yep.
A nice push out from Center, clearing the creep. Locust trying to be annoying, but the Marines clearing those up. No Widow Mines deactivated from the Locust quite yet.
So many
Standing,
Widow Mines
pushing
there.
forward more.
All right, drop is eventually going to get taken care of. The Widow Mine's getting pressed way up, killing a lot of drones there, but here come the Locusts. And how is Center going to respond to that? Taking out the hatchery, that might have been his goal.
It is, but he's losing a lot of Widow Mines. But the hatchery is really, really important for Xeno. He really wants those 4 bases. He is going up to Hive. Once he gets Hive, he's going to want to spend a lot of his money on those upgrades, and that's where not having that that 4th base is really going to hit his production momentarily is going to be slowed down.
Center still sending out drop after drop over to his opponent's side of the map. We've got 2 heading to the main base, 1 heading to, if not the 4th, perhaps the 3rd base of his opponent Xeno, while continuing to maintain presence on the map. There's plenty of Widow Mines here. Locust trying to clear that. Here comes the drop into the main base. Xeno is there and ready with plenty of Lings and Banelings. Great defense there at the same time. It looks like Center going to be pushing across the right-hand side of the map. The drop heading to that 3rd base. There's changelings there, fake Marines.
They're preventing the Queen from retreating.
Oh. Yeah.
So they're maybe loyal Marines.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that would be, I guess those are Xeno's changelings. Anyway, Center going to try to engage this location. The Banelings coming in, getting huge explosions onto these Marines.
Oh, man.
Center trying to split, but it's a little bit too late. However, able to deny that 4th base once again, which he's going to be happy with while securing this base on the left-hand side of the map. A drop. Gosh, these Marines are distracting me. They are blue on the minimap. They are blue on the minimap. I'm not a liar, Nick. Why would they be blue on the minimap? They should be red.
No, but then Center would
You're
know.
right.
Yeah. So Xeno now investing in all those upgrades. He did lose that 4th yet again, but he killed a ton of Marines with those Bane hits. Right now, I think Xeno's actually happy with the last couple minutes. He's closing a supply gap as well as starting to really get investments going for as far as the Hive tech is concerned. Clearing up the Widow Mines. Center's lost a little bit of his momentum, and because of that, maybe he's decided to start investing in more command centers, realizing the game is not going to be ended so easily.
We see an Ultralisk transition of sorts here from Xeno. Nothing but Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, and Widow Mines on the field here for Center. So really prioritizing the bio, the Locusts.
Yeah, and he's even getting the 2nd attack upgrade for the range attack, which is a really cool thing. Triple Evo Chambers, upgrading all 3 attacks, all 3 Zerg upgrades at once, as well as Ultralisk Carapace. These drops, though, every location, Center just doesn't give up. Xeno's dealing with it well, though. I don't think he's lost too many more drones. He's still at a very high drone count. Oh, but here's the big push out. Locust coming to greet it.
All right, so Locusts are going to continue to be a problem here. I feel like Xeno doing a great job with those, but again, this 4th base, Xeno trying to keep it up, but I don't think he has enough to defend it.
Oh, it looks like the 4th hatch is definitely going to go down if Center stays, keeps his focus. 1 Ultra's going forward. That's not going to be enough on its own either. Locust coming from the high ground, a nice little damage output there, but backing away from it. Center keeps the majority of his forces alive. Xenio is forced back. Still with no fourth base. Xenio has got to find a way to get that fourth up. But the drops in the main. Center keeps doing this.
Center's
strike
everywhere.
on the right, strike on the left, and even strikes down the center with those drops in it back to third. Again on the right side. If he cancels his hatchery again, Xenio will be so frustrated.
Look at the banks. Center has 2.5K
Xenio's
in the
supplies
bank.
dropping now.
Yeah.
He can't keep up replacements. I think he's buying off with. He has to pull his drones so often to deal with these drops. He's having a hard time getting resources.
And now Center bringing his army together, and oh no, the Swarmos are vulnerable. Here come the Ultras though for Xenio. Can this be the ticket back into this game? He needs to have a convincing engagement, and he needs to secure a fourth base, but Center doing a great job continually denying that from happening. We have some Corruptors being added onto the field, interestingly enough.
Now the Infestors as well. Infestors are what's going to allow those Ultras and Locusts to really connect with the Terran army. Unfortunately, because he has had such a hard time getting that fourth base, he's been really gas constrained. It's very difficult for him to really get the Infestor count he wants, along with the Ultras and the Swarmos. Realizing that he's been gas constrained, has extra minerals, realizing that Zerglings aren't that useful now that Center's been able to shut them, shut any counterattacks down. He's starting to power through a lot of extra
That's not a good idea, and this is exactly what Xenio needs. The Corruptor's going to take down the Medivacs in a second. And again, plenty of units down below to deal with that. Locust, again, trying to desperately secure this fourth, trying to defend this fourth base, but here comes the rest of our army from Center. Lots of Marines and Marauders, but a huge fungal going down onto this bio army. You need to have that follow-up damage, though, to actually kill these units, or they're just going to stay alive. The Medivacs are plenty above this bio army and will keep this army alive for a very long time, and Center continually able to deny this fourth base from happening.
Look at Center's Marauder production. He can produce 7 at a time. So the Ultras are going to have a really tough time dealing with those Marauders. It's going to come down to massive fungal growth chains, but without the gas income, Xeno's really struggling to keep his unit count up.
This is fourth. How do you get that fourth up?
Center's doing such a good job of spreading the map out.
He's gonna try to take this one on the left.
Yeah. You know, one thing a lot of Zerg players do is they take 2 bases, and then, you know, whenever they lose one, they can
send the drones.
Yeah, exactly. And then they'll keep constantly rebuilding them. But Xeno's he's been too much on the defensive. Now this left side base looks like it might be taken down shortly. Center doesn't know about it. Oh, he's pulling SCVs.
He's pulling SCVs. He doesn't need them. He has plenty of orbital commands.
He feels he's ahead enough now. Yeah, he wants to transition from a very powerful economy into just getting a really powerful army.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have the mules available to kind of equalize. You have the drop at the third base. So many Marauder.
No.
Center taking out hatchery after hatchery from
2 more
Xenio.
gases that he can't mine from anymore.
Such important losses there.
Minerals, actually, Xeno's not mining anymore, is he?
He's very low.
Oh, like long distance
well,
mining.
not for long, because we have a drop going right to that.
Oh, no, that's the
information.
last patch you can mine from. Drones be massacred. Center is in retreat through the middle, but
he's okay with this retreat.
yeah, he's got the planetary. There's no way Xeno can actually push forward into that planetary.
Meanwhile, he's just destroying. He just killed the
Xeno's
third.
got to go for killer blow right now.
Killed the natural.
Xeno has to find a way to go kill Center, and I don't know if he has what it takes. Center is making units so fast. He's even introducing a lot of Ravens. I don't even think he'll get a chance to utilize them too much. Probably they were there in case Broodlords ever entered the field, but Xeno never had the economy to even add this.
Yeah, I think the Greatest Fire was just killed by this Marine Marauder squadron, taken out of spawning pool. Well, this is a very cost-efficient drop. It's killed the third.
Oh, if
it's killed the
hive.
natural. It's killed the main. It's killed the Greatest Fire spawning pool and the hive. And let's see how many make it out alive.
Xenio,
Form of poetry.
this is a position where a lot of players leave out of frustration, but Xenio, knowing that as game number 3, if he loses, this is the lower bracket.
Yeah.
He is going to be eliminated if he loses this map. He's trying everything he can. He knows the Swarmos may be his way into it. He's trying to use Locust as a cost for the trade, but there's too many Medivacs. There's so many Medivacs that Locust. Oh no, the Infestors! He can't afford to be losing those.
Gosh.
Oh, one of them. They left it for the Seeker missile. I was like, why did the bio not kill it? They're like, okay, let's leave it for that Seeker.
Let's let the explosion happen.
Yeah.
For the crowd.
Xeno's coming in here. He's hoping. Oh no, the Ultra Assault turned red, but that's not like red is in Rage Angry. It's because their Seeker missiles locked onto them, forcing him to retreat.
Yeah, fizzle away.
Yeah.
If you get out of the range of the Hunter Seeker, the Hunter Seeker will fizzle away and it won't actually detonate.
But that's allowed Center to clear up some of the creep on that right side of the map when Xeno retreated. Now he's going to push forward again. Xeno looking for some massive fungals. He gets him, but there's no follow-up.
Yeah.
And the medevac killing is just too much. Center staying permanently maxed out.
And Center's okay with losing units here, too, to be
honest.
honest.
Look at this bank.
Yeah.
He's got 5 bases. I think he like wants to produce units. His medevacs are actually out of energy now, so he's having a hard. Most of them are anyways. He's having a hard time. He's kiting towards the Ultras.
Yeah, muscling forward.
That's confidence.
Taking out the Zerg players. Center up 168 to 78 in supply. Only Corruptors remain above, essentially. Senio was able to get a hatchery up somehow during all of this.
You know. No, this. I mean, I don't see it. Especially Center's heading to the left side. Center has to just know about the left side base, right? He's gonna go kill it.
Well, there's the GG from Senio. And Center takes victory in Game 3, and he will advance on in the WCS America qualifier. Of course, Zenio, unfortunately, will be knocked out of the tournament. But well played from Zenio. Just very solid play throughout. It's like, I don't know, that was just great Terran play. I really don't know how to describe it, really.
Center was
I don't want to
impressive.
compare him to Flash, but that was like, seemed like a perfect game for him.
Yeah.
So, very well done.
The drop play was really well thought out. It wasn't just randomly, oh, let's do some drop play because I keep hearing medevacs are good, so I'm just going to drop them. No, it was always knowing where Zenio's army was and dropping where it wasn't, and then the drop wouldn't just do damage, it would lure the army to a location to make an opening. What he was doing is he wasn't waiting for his opponent to make mistakes, then jumping on him. He was forcing mistakes by constantly poking his opponent to see where the openings were at, and it was really nice to see that. Yeah, great play there from Center. He'll be advancing on in WCS America qualifiers. Guys, stay tuned. We're well underway on Sunday, and we have plenty more matches coming your way. We'll be back after a quick break.